name. So here we are tonight at Bike MS in this special celebration of you, our awesome Bike MS participants and volunteers. In a few minutes, you'll be hearing from the president of the Michigan chapter of the National MS Society, your host for the evening reception. You will also meet and hear from a couple of passionate volunteers who are on the front lines of this MS movement. Today would not be possible without an extremely dedicated group of people that allow the MS Society to provide the amazing support the Bike MS ride is known for. Would all of our volunteers please raise their hands so we can give you a round of applause? All the volunteers, raise your hands. We're not done yet. Oh no, there are more things to go. There's more. You just wait. We would like to thank the team captains for your leadership and continued support of the 2013 Bike MS. Would all the team captains who are here please raise your hands? Team captains.
All right.
Rebecca Kuchar is here today as well. Rebecca and her family and friends are riding and volunteering this weekend because they, like all of us, know how important Bike MS is to finding a cure. Her connection to MS has become even more personal than ever before. Please welcome Rebecca Kuchar.
Thank you guys. You're going to have to hang in with me. This is very personal, so I expect a lot of smiles and hopefully cheers at the end. No pressure. I just wanted to start by saying, all of us have a reason for why we're doing this ride. Maybe you have MS or have a family member or a friend with it. Maybe you wanted to make a difference, or maybe you heard what a devastating disease this is. My reason sounds pretty unreal. I shuddered when I read my neurologist's notes. 34-year-old female with headache and weakness on right side. Images show numerous focal hyperintensities within the periventricular and subcortical white matter, which represent demyelination. Total lesions number at 10. What this report did not say is that I had this test on the morning of my daughter's 1-month birthday, and I heard the words that were my worst nightmare a few hours later. And what it did not say is that I knew exactly what that report meant, since my father has fought MS for 34 years. It did not speak to how I have fought MS every day since I was 8 years old when I first heard those words, "Your dad has MS." It didn't tell the story of how I watched my dad, who's right there, go from running and walking to a cane, crutches, a walker, and a wheelchair. No words on a piece of paper could ever explain how MS has impacted our family. Normal became struggle, pain, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It changed every facet of every moment of our existence, and MS are 2 letters that have been spoken, written, thought, and cursed every day for over 30 years in our family. So on February 4th, when my world ended and a new one began, I decided that history was not going to repeat. 2 buntings are too many, and enough is enough. If you have participated in this ride before, you have seen our team, Team for Mike. We obviously had to change the name because of that report. So we took our Irish strength and grit and formed the Fighting Shamrocks. I am so proud to lead this team. Please look at my team, which is all over here, because it's my dad's and my life team. It is comprised of my parents, my beautiful sister and her awesome hubby, my beloved nephew, my godfather and my incredible extended family, my husband and his loving family, my friends, my family's friends, my sorority sisters, my co-workers, and new friends. Shamrocks, you will never know what a difference you make to us. And I'd also please like to take a moment to reflect for our fellow Shamrock who recently and suddenly passed away. Andrew and his family are in our prayers every day. So we fight. We fight for my dad and me. We fight for our friends like Sarah, Leanne, Shannon, Amy, Susan, Emily, Stacy, Bill, Barb, Cheryl, and Todd. We fight for Ann's husband, Molly's sister, Marty's grandma, Mark's wife, Paul's mom, Kim's husband, Andrew's mother, Mary's brother, Tom's mom, Lynn's daughter, Amy's mom, and the 2.1 million people that are fighting MS worldwide every day. And I fight for my daughter. I fight so she will never have to. I fight so that report will not alter her life like it did mine. And I refuse to ever let MS touch her. And lastly, and most importantly, I fight for that researcher, that man or woman who's working so hard right now to find the answer. Every night as I prepare my shot, I imagine this person in a lab coat looking up from their machine screaming, "I found it." Your dollars make that research happen. They are critical. I will say that again, it is critical. My brain and my spinal cord, thank you deeply for what you're doing. Know your participation is key to this fight. Please never stop educating, recruiting, and asking for support. Please think about how important stopping this disease in its tracks is. Our community has one of the highest rates of MS in the country, and people are being diagnosed and living with this horrible disease every day. Again, enough is enough. It's really getting ridiculous, I think, at this point. I am ready, and I'm sure you are as well, for MS to end. And I know we will all be part of the solution, which will be the second best day of my life. My daughter's birth was the first. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate all your support.
Thank you, Jake, for being such a great friend. Jake is always donning the orange tie during MS Awareness Week and coming out to our walks. You are an awesome friend. Thank you. So we are delighted to see so many people here. Brody being renovated was the best thing that happened to us. We've been looking for a way to engage people and to bring you all together to feel the power of this, this incredible group of people. And another great word I heard out there today was tailwinds. Like, when have we ever said that at Mid-Michigan Bike MS? So I was happy for you with that too. Becky, thank you so much for your courage in telling the story. And I love you and your whole family. I'm going to have a little self-promoting moment here. You all may have heard about our Muckfest MS event that's coming up on August 3rd in Belle Isle. We're all about cross-promotion, so we would love for you, and I invite you all to join us for that. It's a 5-mile or 5K. There's a shortcut. 24 steel obstacle mud space event. It's the first time that we've done it. We're very, very excited about it. And the Fighting Shamrocks have a Muckfest team. I originally formed my own team, and when Becky got her diagnosis, I knew that I needed to join her team. So I'm a proud Fighting Shamrock. And if any of you are inspired to come to Muckfest MS, I invite you to join the Fighting Shamrock. So we hope to see you there. So I really would like to congratulate each of you here today, volunteers and riders, for joining our very, very important work of creating a world free of MS. I figured out recently, I've worked for the MS Society just over 17 years, and this is, I think, my 50th MS bike event. And so I've seen a lot of riders and a lot of rest stops and a lot of volunteers pass by us, and each year I am more and more amazed at the dedication and enthusiasm and tenacity of this group of people, beating the heat, being out there no matter what the weather is. As we all know, Bike MS is a really fun challenge. MS is not a fun challenge. And whether this is your first or your 28th ride, you are part of the MS Society family now. And we are so grateful that you have chosen to spend this time with us. I promise you that the dollars that you raise, every single one of them, is moving us closer towards the day that we can say MS no longer exists, and no one will ever have to hear the words "you have MS." But in the meantime, the MS Society is here every day for people with MS and their families. We provide connections to other people with MS. We provide answers. We provide resources. And you know, when I started back at the MS Society in 1990, there were no treatments for people with MS. All of the, anything that could help make your disease better was just a symptomatic temporary fix. Now there are 10 medications that are shown for some people to slow the progression of the disease. And that's amazing progress. The MS Society had an important role in all of those. And in my role as chapter president, I have had the opportunity to learn the latest about progress in MS research, and I have never been more excited. There are more treatments for MS in the pipeline than any other time in history. So not that we would ever say there's ever a good time to have MS, but we are nearing the finish line, and you are definitely part of that. And I do honestly believe, as I stand here before you, that within our lifetime, we will know what causes MS and be able to stop it in its tracks for people who are newly diagnosed. And what a great day that will be for each of you to say, wow, I did that Bike MS ride all those years and I played a part of that. And you really should feel that pride, and we will all celebrate together. That'll be an exciting day. So it will. Thank you, Patty. So at this point, I was going to be introducing you to Dean Munger, who is the immediate past chair of our board, and he is also the chair of our chapter's No Opportunity Wasted research campaign. But unfortunately, Dean ended up in the hospital. So please send him some good vibes. He's going to be all right, but he couldn't be here today. So I'm happy to speak on his behalf about the Now campaign. And it's important that you understand this, because as you continue to raise money, you need to know how much of a difference that you're making. And every dollar raised helps fund MS research. The National MS Society a couple years ago embarked on a new $250 million research campaign called NOW, or No Opportunity Wasted. And you may have seen it promoted. Phil Kogan, who is the host of The Amazing Race, is our chairperson for this campaign. And this is really about 3 areas of MS research: about stopping the progression of MS for people who are newly diagnosed with it, about restoring what people who have had MS for a while have lost, and ultimately about ending MS forever. So it's a 3-pronged approach. And currently there are 325 research projects around the globe that are funded by the National MS Society. And they're answering amazing questions like, what's the role of genetics in MS? And there have been 52 gene variations identified associated with MS. They ask, why are women more susceptible? And so they're looking at cells that make myelin, which is the coating around the nerves, which is affected in MS. How are those different between men and women? They're asking, can myelin repair itself? And there's a first of its kind clinical trial underway right now, which is looking at whether or not our body's own stem cells can play a role in remyelination. And then finally, we're looking at things like, are there new, more precise ways to monitor disease progression? And believe it or not, scientists are working on a new smartphone to do just that. So it's incredible, the reach that's happening. And we should be very proud here in Michigan. There are 11 society-funded research projects happening right here in Michigan at U of M, Michigan State, and Wayne State University, multi-year commitments of over $4.4 million. And we are the hub of some of the most interesting research going on in minorities with MS, some things that are happening nowhere else in the world. So the money that you raise helps fund these things. There are 325 projects, 325 opportunities for hope for people with MS. So I thank you for your efforts in making this endeavor a success, and I urge you to continue fundraising all the way up until September 30th. Every single dollar that you raise is going to bring us closer to that day when MS will no longer exist. And finally, I want to thank, and I have to thank, our amazing staff team led by Tammy Willis and Laura James, who put together this amazing event. And they're all here. Thank you. So thank you so much for everything you do, and here's Jake.
Thank you, Elana. Think about it. How many times have you met someone, told them about your involvement in Bike MS, and heard in return, oh, my aunt has that disease, or my neighbor has MS, or a coworker was just diagnosed? It happens all the time. Just about everyone knows someone who has MS. Right now, if you have a parent or a grandparent who has MS, please raise your hand and keep them raised, please. If you have a brother or a sister or an aunt or an uncle or a cousin or any family member with MS, please raise your hand and keep them raised. If you have a friend, a neighbor, a coworker with MS, please raise your hand. Look around. Nearly everyone here, and there might be everyone here, raising their hand. It has a connection to MS in some way. And that's why you're here. And that's why supporting research and this MS movement is so important. Now I'd like to ask those of you who are living with multiple sclerosis, if you are willing and able, to please come forward and join me at the podium. Come on up.
I'm willing, I'm able, I'm here.
Willing and able, you're here. Let's give this group of people a round of applause for their inspiration and their strength. You are the reason we ride. You are the reason we will not stop.